Every clone trooper legion of the Grand Army of the Republic is currently fighting tooth and nail against the hardest enemy they have ever come across. Their ATTEs are spamming out fire from their top turrets. Their DC-15As and Cs are blasting away as much as possible. But their enemy is extraordinarily powerful. Space Marines. From every single chapter in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 are launching a massive invasion. We're talking Blood Angels, Salamanders, Ultramarines, Soul Drinkers, Space Wolves, and so much more, along with Death Corps cannon fodder and Sentinel Assault Walkers. Can every Warhammer 40k Space Marine chapter take out every clone trooper legion? To start this video off, we are going to be doing a large-scale field battle, like this one here. And whoever wins has to then continue the assault on the other enemy's territory, and the loser gets defensive advantage for battle number 2. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and comment down below if you'd like to see more Star Wars versus Warhammer in the future. Either way, guys, let's get right on into this thing. Alright, boys, we're ready to get into this thing. So, we've got the Armored Sentinels and the Death Corps for the Warhammer units in the front lines here, full charging, and the clone troopers have Jedi charging for them. So, there's only 50,000 Jedi on the battlefield and 1.5 million Death Corps troopers because the Jedi are worth so much more than a singular Death Corps trooper. Now, in this battle, the Space Marines have less units of their most powerful units than the Star Wars units, but they still pack a meaty punch. Kind of the way Warhammer and Star Wars works in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 is Warhammer has extremely weak units like the Death Corps, but then they have extremely good units like the Ultramarines. Meanwhile, Star Wars is a bit more of an all-arounder. They're pretty good with pretty much everything. Their Jedi are good, their clone troopers are good, their ATTEs are good, but nothing is like OP for them in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 like Ultramarines are for the Space Marines in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. So both sides have about 2.5 million soldiers in this first battle here, and I've tried to balance it as much as I possibly could between the two armies, so we'll see what happens. Either way, the Jedi and the Death Corps are clashing big time in the front lines right now, and I am seeing a little bit of sprinkle fire coming in. This is the Galactic Marines right here for the Star Wars units, probably one of their best clone trooper legions. Behind them is going to be our ATTEs to match up against the Armored Sentinels. Here are our 65th Coruscant Guard Shot Troopers. Next to them, we do have Clone Commandos, which are probably the best unit on the battlefield for the clone army, I would say. Here's some 2nd Airborne troopers over this way. There's more of them right here, more ATTEs. There's our 501st Legion right there. Over here, we have the 41st Elite Kashyyyk Corps, which is pretty fire. Standard Stormtroopers over here, or Clone Troopers over here. Let's go over this way. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alright, so these guys are clashing over here against Death Corps units who are death charging on forward over this way. Are there no Jedi over here? Oh no, there are also Jedi supporting the Phase 2 shiny clone troopers there. Behind these fellas, we'll start getting into the Space Marines. So over here, we've got the Soul Drinkers coming on in, which is very cool to see. I love the Soul Drinkers, man. They look sick. I'm just seeing soul drinkers right now. Where are our other boys? Is it all soul drinkers? Okay, there's the salamanders, which for some reason in this mod are so much smaller than the soul drinkers. Is that canonical at all? There's the ultramarines right there. Over this way, we've got our blood angels, along with our space wolves over this way. Let's see, there's definitely more of these chapters, if you will, across the battlefield, but I'm not seeing them right now. I know like the Iron Fist is in here too and stuff like that, but we'll see them as the battle continues onward. Either way, I have a feeling that the Star Wars units are going to start off with a lot more kills because they're going to be going up against so many Death Corps soldiers on this battlefield. But I think as time goes on, the Warhammer units will begin to get more kills and outpace the Star Wars units. It's going to be a matter of can they, really make that comeback towards the end of the battle. Because right now, Star Wars units do have 400,000 kills. Meanwhile, the Space Marine units and other Warhammer units only have 18,300. So very, very big discrepancy right there between the two armies. But definitely a comeback is very, very possible here, especially as more of the elite Space Marine units end up coming forward. That's going to be essential that they just come on in here and start wrecking house. Some of the armored sentinels are already dead, but the others are spamming out some really good fire over here. It is explosive fire, so it looks like it's tearing through a lot of the Jedi. Using explosives against Jedi is probably the best thing to do because standard blaster fire and bullet fire and, other nail gun fire, stuff like that, is going to get deflected by their armor in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. Meanwhile, explosive fire will do the trick and cannot be deflected in the same way. So we're already starting to see from this fire a big increase in the Warhammer kills at this point. We're at 40,000 Warhammer kills, 700,000 Star Wars unit kills, and you gotta remember also, explosive fire like this doesn't always count each individual kill, so probably Warhammer units have more than this. We've also got the Blood Angels over here getting involved too. It is a pretty laggy battlefield just with the sheer number of units and the high explosivity of the fire on the battlefield. You can see the ATTEs coming up in the background over there. They'll come in and probably do some serious damage with their explosive fire as well, but we've also got the Blood Angels over here frontlining along with some more armored sentinels this way. So overall, just a massive battle, pandemonium across the entire battlefield. We've got 90,000 dead Star Wars units, although probably more, and 870,000 dead Warhammer units, although probably more. Because we can see here 2.3 million Star Wars clone troopers left alive and 1.5 million Warhammer units left alive. We have not done one of these grand scale battles in a minute, and I am glad we're doing it because it looks absolutely incredible. Why don't we go ahead and time lapse for a little bit here and just sort of let the boys do some fighting. Oh yeah, guys, as more Space Marines enter the front lines of the battlefield, it is getting crazy laggy, so we might have to finish this battle out purely in time-lapse formation here because it is crazy laggy. 1.2 million Space Marines remaining, 2 million clone troopers remaining, meaning the Warhammer units are starting to actually make a little bit of a comeback here. Again, we're going to time-lapse for a while here, because we're now getting 3 FPS. We just have to pray that the game doesn't crash. Okay, we are getting 2 FPS, so I'm going to just not record for a while and we'll just find out what happens so we can go to battle 2. But yeah, it's too laggy, so I'm hoping not recording will make it a little bit less laggy, make the battle actually play out normally a little bit more. 1.82 million Star Wars units remaining, 1.08 million Warhammer units remaining. Warhammer is making a little bit of that comeback. All right, let's just let it ride without recording for a while. Oh my goodness. Guys, the game is literally dying. It is dying. If I look at the sky, does it get less laggy? No, it does not. It's still 2 FPS. Well, either way, the Space Marines have 844,000 people left. The Star Wars units have 950,000. Again, I'm just letting it ride, but I wanted to update y'all. Okay, guys. It's back to 30 FPS after that. Oh my goodness. We have 1 remaining Star Wars unit, so he's probably glitched somewhere, and 330,000 Warhammer units. So, our prediction was exactly right. Warhammer units end up with the comeback. Not by much, though. Not by much. Only a 300k soldier difference. That's kind of insane. So that means that the Star Wars units get the defender's advantage on the next map. Let's do it. Alright, boys. This time around, we have 2 million Star Wars defenders, clone troopers, the same ones we had before, as well as their Jedi here, which are going to start charging right away against the enemy. And off in the distance, we have a beach invasion of Space Marines. There are 3 million of them this time. The reason for that is this map has a crunch issue, so we need them to outnumber the Star Wars units by a little bit because of that crunch issue. And on top of that, Star Wars units are going to have defender's advantage. So the crunch issue basically means, if you've been on this channel for a while, you'll know this, units just die after getting on these boats sometimes. So yeah, you know, they're going to already be taking, immense losses already due to that. You can usually expect like a quarter of their soldiers to die due to that crunch issue, so we're just buffing them a little bit to make sure that's not too big of a deal. Either way, we've already got Ultramarines firing away here. You can tell they're firing because they have the much bigger bolts going out there. The Jedi are charging on forward. We do have quite a number of defensive Star Wars units defending the beaches, but the Jedi are going to be on attack orders because there's no point in them holding still against ranged attackers. That makes no sense. You can already see them deflecting laser fire back at the enemy, but simultaneously, that Space Marine fire, lag spike, is absolutely deadly. Look at that. They are losing soldiers in droves here. Right now, the Star Wars units do have 1,300 kills. Warhammer units have almost 30,000. However, the Warhammer units are down to 2.7 million, and the Star Wars units are down to 1.86 million, so a little bit of a difference in that regard. The Warhammer units starting off a little bit better this time, because all the Star Wars range units are back there, so eventually the Star Wars units should be getting more kills, especially with these Death Corps of Kriegsmen with their shovels really start coming forward. You know, then that's a lot of cannon fodder for the Star Wars range units to go ahead and kill. Jedi, barely any of them actually making it to the front lines. At the very least, their deflection ability is going to result in a number of kills against the Space Marines. It's getting a little bit laggy again, but not too big of a deal just yet. We do have, oh yes, the Iron Fist is coming forward. Very nice. Oh, it's getting quite laggy here. Oh no. The ATTEs are on attack mode as well, but they are supposed to be coming in, yes, with these guys here, but they're way late to the party. The Commandos are supposed to go in on attack mode with the ATTEs, but it's clear the ATTEs are moving a lot faster than the Republic Commandos are. Huge lag spike right there, but that seemed to actually solve a little bit of our lag problem overall, which is great. Fantastico! So ATTEs begin pushing forward. They're supposed to have that infantry support that is not present at the moment, which could be very problematic going forward. We have 2.55 million remaining Space Marines and 1.82 million remaining Star Wars units. So it seems like the Star Wars units are making a little bit of a comeback here, and there we go. The lag completely subsides as less fire is going out, but we're about to have a whole lot more fire as these Space Marines end up actually coming into the fold here. What's going on here? They must be killing like the last few Jedi or something like that. A lot of these units are dinged up and damaged from the Jedi, so at least the Jedi also weakened a lot of these units. It seems like the ATTEs have the longest fire range of any unit on the battlefield because they're firing and pretty much no one else is right now. So that's good for them. But now we're starting to see a little bit more lights sparking up across the map from both sides. So I think we're about to get into full-on warfare here. Blood Angels out front, dual-wielding and spamming fire into these ATTEs. I really wish more Commandos had come forward. Oh, this is the crunch glitch I was talking about. This is them spawning onto the map, and sometimes they die when they do that. It's super weird. Oh my god, lag spike. Oh my good gracious, what? Okay, we're good. These are units that are very laggy in the game. 332nd Troopers coming on forward as well as the Republic Commandos. That should be the last of the attack units, but they came in way after the ATTEs, which is ultimately pretty disappointing to see. Not super pleased with that. They were all supposed to go in together and be like one strong force, like this guy is doing here with his troops. You know, getting a little bit of backup cover fire, things like that, but it's already dead, and these troopers might end up backpedaling. They can retreat. They're on attack mode, but the way the Star Wars units and the Warhammer units work when on attack mode on a map like this, they technically can backpedal during the battle and kind of retreat and things like that, almost go into like semi-guard mode during these battles, so it's kind of interesting that way. Either way, Star Wars units just absolutely dominating the battlefield at the moment. They have not necessarily killed, but at the very least, 2.3 million Space Marines are left alive, so 700,000 have died, whether it due to the Star Wars units or crunch or whatever, and 1.74 million Star Wars units are left alive at this point, and yeah, they have no crunch or anything like that. So Space Marines have killed 270,000 of the Star Wars clone troopers. So very big difference. 3x the kills for the clone trooper army right now. It is getting quite a bit laggy yet again because of the sheer volume of fire going out from both sides. It is absolutely bonkers. You can see on the right side though, incoming reinforcements, clone commandos, 332nd troopers, pretty much all the ATTEs I think are dead. The 2nd Airborne here is getting slammed incredibly hard by explosive fire right now. So I think the Star Wars armies are going to be anticipating increased losses here for the time being. There is like crazy amounts of fire over here. What is going on this way, man? This is probably what's generating all the freaking lag. Who is this? This is fire coming from these guys. Is that the Republic Commandos? Do they just spam fire like that? This is what's generating all the lag, man. Okay, Republic Commandos could like absolutely dominate the battlefield with that rate of fire. I mean, look at that. That rate of fire is like 10 times over there in the back. Like they are doing so much higher rate of fire than everyone else on the battlefield. It's insane. That is absolutely bonkers. All right, we have 1.63 million remaining Star Wars units, 2.17 million remaining Warhammer units. Let's see, if we go in slow-mo, does it make it a little less laggy? Makes it slightly less laggy, but not really that much. Why don't we go ahead and do a little bit of a time lapse here for a bit. We can watch the Republic Commandos and Space Marines coming on in. Yeah, I do apologize about the lag, but epic battles require epic amounts of lag. Okay, boys, the lag has subsided, which is very nice. It's not too bad. It looks like 2 million of the Space Marines now remain. Meanwhile, 1.45 million of the Star Wars units remain. So, that being said, just over 500,000 dead Star Wars units and 1 million dead Space Marine units, which is actually not bad because the Star Wars units, they don't need to double up on kills. So right now, each Star Wars unit is killing 2 Space Marine units technically. They don't need to do that. They only need to kill 1.5 to win because they were outnumbered by 1 million. It's not too big of a deal. Look at this. The big sword boys coming in, swinging at the clone trooper commandos. A little bit out of breath because I ran upstairs after taking the dog for a walk to make sure this was good. My bee, and I just ate clams. Oh, they were so good, man. Me and Zelda made clams for dinner. They were delicious. 2nd Airborne down here, also still alive, firing away. You can see the Space Marine fire from back here is overwhelming, but it's going over their heads quite a bit. A little bit of it is hitting the 501st Clone Trooper Legion back here. Not too big of a deal just yet. They're getting clobbered a smidge, but it's not like horrendous or anything like that. We've got a flood in of 332nd down this little narrow corridor thing here. They're killing a number of these soul drinkers, and the Death Corps is not being the cannon fodder I think the Space Marines want right now. A little bit, but like still, Space Marines are having to frontline a whole lot more. Are any of those sentries still alive? Armored Sentinels? Yeah, there they are. A few of them still going in. There's, I think, 400 of them in this battle, and there was only 200 ATTEs. So they do outnumber the ATTEs by a little bit, but probably a lot of them died from the crush and stuff like that. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Over here, we've got more Clone Commandos coming in, as well as 332nd, but they're backed up by the 65th Coruscant Guard, who are... Look at that fire! Look at that spam fire going out! Absolutely insane amounts of fire hitting these Blood Angels over here. That is crazy. Space Wolves dying way before the Blood Angels, as are the Salamanders too. Blood Angels, for some reason in this game, have crazy armor. I don't fully understand why they in particular have crazy armor. Is that like a thing in Warhammer, that Blood Angels are just like crazy good? I don't know. Look at this fire from the Republic Commandos though. Oh my goodness, it's just devastating. But look at this. Space Marines are so powerful, they're able to push through a lot of this spam fire all at once. Like, it's not even affecting them that much. They're able to just push forward so much. That is crazy, dude. I mean, obviously the Salamanders and the Space Wolves and stuff are not making it as far. But look at this guy. He's still very green. He's not all that bloodied. How are you making it so far up? Is he invincible? Seriously, but like, I expect this progress from everyone but that Salamander. Okay, now he's getting bloodied. Maybe he was like cowering behind someone. I don't know. No, Salamanders would never cower. That's not something they would do. No, sir. Okay. Honestly, no Space Marine would really cower, right? I don't think that's in any of their codes. Over here, we have a number of Blood Angels as well as Space Marines working together, trying to take on the top of this hill here, where we've got even more Commandos. The Commandos are just splitting up everywhere, it seems. Who's over here? Oh, these were the Galactic Marines, and they... Oh, we've got a sideswipe going on over here. Oh, yikes. Yeah, the Galactic Marines are in bad order right now. That is not good. Look at that. Are there more units coming in? Yes, the boats are still delivering more Space Marines to the front lines at this point in time. We do have 1 million remaining clone troopers, and we have 1.69 million remaining Space Marines. So, both sides still doing pretty well, although Star Wars units definitely could be getting a few more kills right now. Let's go ahead and time-lapse the downfall of the Galactic Marines over here, which I think will be the first Clone Trooper Legion to really die out. Okay, boys, there we go. Galactic Marines are now out of the picture, which is sad because I kind of thought they were some of the best units that the Republic had to offer. Clearly that was not true. A few Commandos flanking a couple of Blood Angels over this way, which is pretty cool to see. Right now we're at just under 600,000 Star Wars units and just over 1 million Warhammer units. Look how many Clone Commandos it took to take down that Blood Angel. Oh, Lord. Another one over here, too. I mean, they're not really getting any kills on Commandos, so that's fine. I think this, like, absolute nest of Shock Troopers and Commandos will be the ultimate decider of this battle. I think that's the strongest position that the clone troopers have. Over here, we've got droves of dead 501st troopers. It's not going well for them over this way. They're getting full-on assaulted. Over here, same story with the standard clone troopers. They're getting destroyed. There's a few of them left over here, but nothing all that much. And then way over here, we got the 41st Elite Corps, who actually seem to be doing pretty well. They're defending quite nicely against a number of the soul drinkers that are coming in at them over here, which is very nice, very good to see. On this end, kind of similar story. They're still doing a pretty good job over here. Mainly Death Corps coming in. I mean, I'm seeing a few Space Marines in these body piles as well. But yeah, mainly the Death Corps just full charging 41st Elite Corps units over here and getting really good kills. That is absolutely absurd right there. Why don't we go ahead and watch a little bit more of a close-up of these guys getting attacked by the Space Marines coming in on the right side. These fellers are actually holding out really nicely, and they're about to tie it up with the Warhammer units. We've got 447,000 clone troopers remaining on the battlefield and 560,000 Space Marines remaining. So it's about to get real tight here. We just do not know who's going to win this thing. This race has been incredibly close. Incredibly close. It is insane. Over here is the mixture of Clone Commandos and 65th, and as you can see, their fire output is still insane. Warhammer units are not getting any more reinforcements, so this is all they've got right now. Star Wars units are outpacing them in terms of kills. However, I'm not entirely sure it's going to be enough because they Warhammer units still are going to have Blood Angels coming in, stuff like that. What is this? What are they shooting? I don't think they're shooting anything. It looks like they're supposed to be like shooting something here, but there's no one there. Huh, weird. Okay, well, normally I could, if someone was stuck there and invincible, I could move them to prevent that glitch, but there's no one there, so I don't know what they're doing. Hopefully they, you know, get a move on and start shooting other stuff. But we've got just about 400,000 clone troopers now, just under 500,000 Space Marines. The 442nd we just watched over here, so why don't we go over here and watch this crazy output fire of Clone Commandos and Shock Troopers against just charging droves of Space Marines and Death Corps units over here. Let's do it, baby. Be sure to check the top right for the numbers. Oh, it's almost neck and neck here, but the Star Wars units have started to take the lead. We have 310,000 remaining Space Marines. Oh, look at these guys stabbing Clone Commandos. That is sick. Whoa. Okay, that is actually crazy impressive. Scout, no. Scout's trying to eat Legos from my latest Daily Bricks video. Go check it out. Good sponsor. Scout, good job, good job. Seriously, it's a good video. Either way, look at this. Look at the pile up around the 41st Elite Corps over here. Holy cow. Yeah, I think, honestly, Star Wars units probably have this. They're not losing nearly as much now. They have 350,000 soldiers. The Space Marines have 293,000, and most of that is Death Corps, which is not going to be all that helpful. So I think Star Wars is about to make a huge comeback victory here. Why don't we time-lapse over here, the Death Corps and a few Space Marines charging the 41st, but this might be it. We still going here, but yeah, this is a W for the Star Wars units. Look at the body piles building up here. 119,000 Warhammer units remain. 322,000 Star Wars units remain. Almost a guaranteed victory for them. Look at this. 501st and Shock Troopers over here not even having to fight anymore. That's insane. Commandos actually going around the back over here. It'd be crazy. It do be crazy. Let's go ahead and set everyone to attack, though. Everyone on both teams, attack. And this'll finish her up. This'll finish her up. We got some Space Marines and stuff over here, so why don't we watch this for the climactic end? And there we have it, boys. Clone Troopers take the W this time. So it's all tied up. Let me know if you guys want to see a sequel to this in the future. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.